I bet they're lost.
Oh, my legs.
All right, so my name's Chapo. We're running another session for the Pantheway campaign for the Unnamed Adventuring Guild. We have a new player in this time, played by Alex Blanco. I'll let him do his introduction. She won't come in until a little bit later. Other than that, we'll go ahead and start introductions. Alex Blanco, go ahead.
All right. Hi, everybody. A little bit of a cameo introduction here, but I will be playing a new character. Her name is Paloma Windrunner, and I feel like her interactions with the PCs will let everyone know more about her. So, yeah. We'll get to know her more then.
Oh my god, that strength score.
I rolled crap.
All right. Other Alex, go ahead.
I'll be playing Ornfaithos, a extra-dimensional traveler of sorts who died in his previous destiny and's now been apparently reincarnated to do another one. Realizing that he's now face another great evil, probably even greater than the last one he faced before. He's hoping that he can summon enough strength and willpower to do it once more.
All right. Brendan?
I'm Brendan. I'll be playing Rusty Rustling Leaves. He's a Kenku rogue, and he's just trying to get along, trying to find himself a group of people to make a family with. Make into a family? Maybe that's
Alex.
a better...
No, Alex, stop. No.
Oh, yeah. It's happening.
What's that movie?
About this?
That's
Need
a
for
porn
Speed?
you're thinking of.
No, it's like Need for Speed.
No,
It's like we're all about family.
Please stop. Please stop.
All right. Sandra?
Yeah, so, hey, my name's Sandra. I'm not going to be very loud today. I'm going to be playing Yuna Protego. She's an Asimar, and she's a cleric of light, 2nd level. Yeah, she is has like a military background and all that. That's why she's got like rather a stiff attitude, and yeah, she is not really, I don't know, she's not really as jerky as Remus is. So yeah, that's basically it. And she's kind of like bonding with, I don't know. There you go.
So much bonding.
Yeah. And now we're at bondage. There you go. You have like fucking
That escalated quickly.
animal porn, and you have like fucking bondage.
Hold on. Kenku is not an animal, okay?
That's nasty. All right. So, Orn and Yuna, both of you guys are finally able to sleep after Bahamut.
Having my soul torn out.
Yeah, having your soul almost ripped out of your body and becoming a vessel for the Smurg by opening his one of his books. And Yuna, with you having all the horrible dreams and everything come back from actually finding the eyeballs of your brother, that was an added bonus. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So with that, you guys are both touched by divine hand, and you guys are able to sleep again, have some kind of peace of mind, and you guys are just camping. The other two, they're off doing something. I don't know what they're doing. We'll figure
Not
that out.
collecting food, clearly.
Yeah, we'll get them in trouble, and you guys can rescue them or something next time. So with that, you figure you guys been in camp here for the last 2-3 days, healing back up from the last thing, and you're not too far still from the village. don't know if you guys would have camped right at the temple.
Yeah, we said
We
that
would've-
right in front of it.
Yeah,
that we
base of it.
camped right next to the temple.
Yeah, so you guys are still in the temple then. And I guess I'll ask you guys, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm probably looking over the map that we have.
Right. So, actually, I got to find that map.
Of course, after eating whatever rustling leaves left us there.
Is Rusty showing himself now?
Hey, you've been eating this stuff for a couple weeks now.
We've only been out here for a few days.
3 days. Yeah, that can't be.
But he's been
roll
providing it
deduction.
for you for a couple weeks.
Yeah, so there's food plates everywhere. You're starting to notice there's a lot more like bugs around too. But that doesn't bug Rusty. He's still providing for you guys.
I'm starting to think that's how he gets our breakfast.
You get the bugs. Yeah.
All you have to do is ask him.
I think
No, that's like
for the
Chinese
best.
food. Like, it tastes good, but you don't want to know what's inside.
Probably so. All right. So with that, you guys are kind of getting restless.
Well, the only thing that we can do is head towards the outpost that we were supposed to get to. And I think the starting up on top of this mountain is better. We'll get stronger bearings and we'll know where we should head next.
Okay. So the temple was probably halfway up the mountain. So if you guys want to take a hike, you sure can.
Is there like a river flowing like this way?
Well, if you look down in the valley, the river kind of cuts through a part of the mountains over here. Like, say, if you're looking out the front of the temple, back towards where the village is, on your right, you would see the foot of the mountain, and there's other mountains that head out towards that direction, and the river kind of cuts in between them, kind of leaving the valley.
Mm-hmm.
You still see there's spots where there's flat lands down there, and you actually even see like a boat down there where one of the elves from the village, they go out there with a long boat with a pole, push through the water down there as they go fishing and stuff every once in a while. So you can go that way, or you can go back to your left, and that will head you back out towards, like, I mean, the mountains continue for a little while, a little bit longer, and you think you see like some sand out there and maybe some blue after, but so far you really can't distinguish if it's actually water or if it's just the sky that meets the ground out that way. Your vision is only going to let you see so far out.
I'm not a big fan of sands, but if we have to go there, then
I think it would make sense to stay along the water.
yeah, I think we should go to the elves, tell them what exactly happened.
A warning should probably be necessary now.
Well, not only a warning, but they offered us that prophecy, so perhaps they know more about it.
That's a good point.
And on top of that, they might know if we're going to follow along the river, we might want to see if there's other tribes along it, and if there's any means that we might be able to establish a friendship with them.
Yes, our only point of information would be the elf, so it would strategically be better to start there and then plan our journey. Agreed. Rusty, what do you say?
Splendid idea.
All right. No
Well-
point in dilly-dallying. And I get all my shit, get on my armor. Shield, longsword, javelins. I'm gonna head out
Rusty's
to
gonna
the,
whistle a little bit and head out ahead to start scouting.
Okay.
hopefully those two idiots don't stay out too long, or at least can find their way to follow us.
Let me see if I can leave them some sort of trace behind. Wait a second. Do I have anything like parchment or something?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys probably have like well, one of you guys is a cartographer, so you're gonna have paper and ink.
Yeah, I'll just pull that out of his bag that he left at the freaking camp,
Yeah.
and leave a note like saying like, went back
So
to the elf.
as you're starting to
tribe.
write the note, Rusty comes back, kind of reading over your shoulder a little bit. And will you explain to what you're doing to him?
I would write it in Elvish because I knew the ranger knew Elvish, and I didn't want to give away anything else what might be tracing us. So I would translate for Rusty because I think he's interested with this big like right into my face. And I'm gonna say I'm leaving a letter for them, so in case like whenever they're coming back, they know where we are. And I wrote down we're going back, or we're heading back to the Elven tribe, so they can find us. But in Elvish.
Rusty will tap you on the shoulder and point over to a small group of sticks, and by just glancing at it, it just looks like some sticks that are laid out. But then he points out that they're 3 cut wide cut branches that all point in the same direction. And then they point to another group of 3 Y-cut branches. And you know that this is, he would say, Rangers know symbols.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to control things a little better than just trust that people will know. So I'm just making sure they will really get it.
Rusty will make the sound of Rusty will make the sound of a drunk man laughing. And then say, he'll make the sound of a fart, and then he'll say stupid. And you may notice that it's the same sound of a fart as he made referring to the other guy.
I'm gonna open the tent little sleeve, and I'm gonna just look in like, what the fuck? Oh, it's just rustling leaves. Oh my god, I thought somebody else was here. And I just walk away.
All right, I think we're good to go. And I'll grab everything, all my belongings and stuff, and make sure we didn't leave anything of great value. And then we'll head out with a note on a stone.
Okay.
And Rusty will, every couple hundred yards, he'll leave another 3 branches indicating their direction.
Good thinking.
Cool. Sounds like a plan. All right. So I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Okay. So this is the village. I just did this really fast, so we can have some kind of reference on. Here's the temple over here. This is the river, obviously. These are mountains, okay? And this area over here is just jungle, real thick jungle and stuff. The boat that you saw with the little dude in it, I'm going to say it's going to be like right here.
Could you indicate the temple again? Is that the brown dot on the mountain?
Yeah, this one right here.
All right. Nice.
And I think I called this, what was it? Airedale or something like that. I think that's what I called it. Whatever it was. All right, so this is your map for the time being. So in that direction is some more hills and grassland and stuff. This direction, the hills go on for probably about another 10 miles, and then it starts leveling out to like what looks like sand, and the desert kind of goes out for a little ways. You can't like I said, you can't tell if it's the sky that meets the sand out there or if it's like ocean. But you guys know that you are towards you're closer to the east coast of this land.
A lot closer.
Yeah, on the other side, basically, almost. And so with you guys being back in the village here, I didn't know what you guys wanted to do. So.
Sorry, excuse me. Is that already respecting north, south, and west, and blah blah the directions? So whatever is west here is like literally west on the big map.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that would probably work. I forgot what you guys call north and all that good stuff.
Oh no, not that. I think that's stupid, but just to see on the big map, like that might be actually like just an excerpt, and actually I don't know, going south would be west in comparison to the big map that you showed in the first campaign, you know.
Just making sure that the map is oriented north at the top.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So the top up here would be the north. There you go. We're not gonna run too long because I know a lot of you guys we're already almost asleep. I'll probably run about 2 hours, just enough to get some of the stuff that we want to do out of the way. So we're back here at the village. So which way did you guys want to go?
From the temple?
Yeah.
It might make sense just to get the closest way we took from Airedale to the temple and back, because Airedale is our first destination, right?
Yeah. So you notice that there is a trail, like a deer trail. It kind of comes over here to a part of the river that gets a little bit skinnier, and there are some stones. It's kind of like a little bit of a waterfall right there. And there's a path up to the temple. So with the top of the mountain being right there, these are going to be kind of like contour lines. If anybody's ever seen military maps,
yeah,
they're going to go like contours. Each contour line will be like 200-300 feet or whatever.
Ooh.
That's cool looking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just remind us why we went here. We need to speak to the elder. so
Okay.
that he can tell us more about this prophecy. Because now that we've launched the prophecy and it turns out he sent us over to unleash ultimate evil upon the realm,
Right.
we're going to need a little more to go on than just, oh yeah, well, you got your answers for your map.
Right. Um,
Because I believe we have the maps from the temple, and we've just yet to study them.
right. Okay. So I gotta stop doing that. Okay. Totally messed it up. Okay, so yeah, you get back down there, and you meet up with the elder. You guys tell him what happened, and like his skin kind of goes a little bit paler, and he's like, "Oh my, oh." He says, "I didn't expect that to happen." Uh, he says,
Me neither.
Only Yuna can talk to them because they only know Elvish.
Yeah,
yeah." So
but I would imagine I would translate not word for word, but give a summary.
Yeah, like last time.
yeah. So you're telling them, and Orn and Rusty, you guys see the dude's face like freaking like lose color and get really fucking scared. And he starts talking excitedly to Yuna and stuff. And to Yuna, he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you guys let him out." He's like, "I didn't expect that to happen." He's like, "Oh."
Well, what did you exactly expect to happen, Sir
Well,
Raoul?
he's like, "Well, I thought, you guys would go up there and you would find something that would lead you back to your homeland or something like that, and I didn't think you were gonna let the apocalypse out of the fucking hole." And he actually says "fucking hole." He's like, "Oh my fucking god, we're all gonna fucking die." He just starts dropping f-bombs left and right. This is like totally like composed guy just starts losing his fucking gourd. He's like, "Oh fuck." He says,
Pardon my asking, isn't it possible that like this prophecy actually included this? Like your vision?
he says, "No, I didn't see this happening. I thought you were just gonna, check out the temple and you guys would see your way, which way you needed to go. This abomination you're talking about, I didn't foresee that at all." He says,
Well, do you know anything about it? Like from history, I'm sure word must have passed on from generations now.
he's like, "Oh, of course we know about the Smurg. Nothing good." He says, "Well," he says, "have a seat. It's going to take a little bit."
Mm-hmm.
The other thing we might want to ask them is, do they know anything that might know how to stop it? Or at least can put us on the right path?
Or how they banished it in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you ask him this question. He's like, "Okay, well, he says, okay, well, from what I remember from the stories that I was told as a young child, 400 years ago, the Smurg has been entombed there for at least a millennia, at least 1,000 years or more. He ruled this. He ruled this part of the land. He said the desert. He says, "I'm sure you've seen it from up there." And he points back towards the east. He says, "The desert out there used to be a marshland of rich soil, and it used to be a big place for agriculture." And he says, "My peoples," he says, "not only my tribe, but other tribes have been scattered throughout this area. for that long because of what happened. He says this temple was built before the Smurg was entombed. As far as we know, there's a group of warriors and wizards and clerics. They all grouped together and they fought the Smurg, and they even had. He said one of the clerics was renowned, and he prayed and he prayed, and while he was praying, the Smurg was trying to kill him, and that's where the rest of the group came in, and he actually called down divine intervention from from his god, and with the help of that god, they actually entombed the Smurg, or I should say gods. We had a. He says, if you could believe it, and he points to the map. He says, these 3 peaks here used to be one. The damage and the fighting of the battle destroyed this mountain into 3 pieces. He says the energies and the magics that were thrown around were just catastrophic. Smurg was just decimating any way of life in this area. There was hordes of undead everywhere, and demons, and it was a really bad time in the history of this world. A weapon, a hugely powerful weapon, was used to finally kill him, or at least weaken him enough to where the god that had come down could sacrifice most of its energy and entomb him in the temple.
What kind of weapon was that?
He says, I believe it was a sword.
Is it sticking in a stone and called Excalibur?
He's like, I'm not sure what that is.
As soon as I hear the word Excalibur, I mean, I probably know the name. I say, cut it out. He's trying to be serious.
Yeah, Steve the platypus pops out of the air, smacks you in the head with a fish. All right, no, but he's like, I forgot the name of the sword. It's a legend. It's just kind of, and as far as I know, the explosion or the energies that were compacted and let loose at that point in time where they captured him, killed the rest of the warriors and the cleric, and it kind of leveled out these mountains around here, and the weapon was lost. We don't know where it went. Some legends say that a group of what was left of the warriors snatched up the weapon and fled to the west. Some say they fled to the east, because there was fighters from all over the land. He said this used to be a booming empire in this area, but with the Smurg, with the onset of the Smurg, he just started destroying towns and just taking over the area. He says, that's really what I got. He says, and that is just a culmination of stories and bits and pieces of stuff that I've heard from other tribal elders. He says, really haven't told a lot of the people. I don't think they could understand what the Smurg was. We don't even understand what the Smurg is. All we know is that he's such a abomination, such a evil that we weren't able to comprehend it.
Do you happen to know, like, when he came to life, like how he was created? Is there like lore of that?
He says for that you would have to find his you would have to find his temple. And this is not his temple. This is this last battle right here, where the last empire, or the last kingdom that was fighting them, or was trying to keep him from just waylaying the whole land. He had already toppled 3 or 4 kingdoms on the way here.
Where can we find his temple?
It's to the west, as far as I know. It says you might be able to find a little bit more information in the temple. I know that there is another older temple on the very peak of the mountain over here. He points to the mountain that the temple's already on. He says somewhere up there is a cave that leads into the heart of the mountain, and then in the heart of the mountain there's supposed to be another temple or something.
Can you do me a favor? Like, that is out of character. Can you point, like, make a brown dot or whatever on top of this mountain, so we have like the indicator that there's like the cave and stuff.
Sure.
And also to the west of the map, like another brown dot, or like just like Temple of Smurg somewhere to the east, to the west.
Well, we wouldn't know where that temple is, so I don't think it's fair to mark it on the map.
Well, he said somewhere like far in the west, so we know the fair direction from this. Why wouldn't that be fair?
You could always just put it in your guys' notes.
Yeah, we would probably just write it down.
Okay.
Because map paper is expensive.
Damn it. All right. So, yeah,
does he know anyone that can take us to the top of the mountain?
Say that again?
Does he know anyone that, to go up to the top of the mountain?
He says, we don't really go up there because there's some other beings that live up there. They really haven't attacked us or anything. They don't mean us no harm as far as we know, but we just really haven't had a lot of. They don't speak our language, we don't speak their language, so we really don't have any way of communicating. I know we've had a treaty of sorts in force, I guess, for as long as I know, passed down for generations, where we just leave each other alone. He says, I don't know if they still live up there or not, or what. But as far as I know, they're not dangerous or whatnot.
Well, so there's no one that you can ask to guide us up there?
He says, yeah, I have somebody that we could probably send with you. He says that there's just a trail you could follow. He says he could take you on the trail. That's any of you can navigate the trail. But he whistles, and you see this kind of 25-ish looking elf, which he's probably like 107 years old or whatever. He trots over. He tells him in Elven, hey, take him up to the peak where the temple is, and let him know. He says, keep him out of harm's way as much as he can. And he's like, yes, Elder. He's like, walks over to you guys, and he's like, I'm at your disposal.
All right. Well, I guess it's back to there we go.
Yep.
What can we get for supplies?
He can give you like fresh rations and stuff.
Yeah. How long was it going to take us for us to get there?
It took you guys, I think, like
It was half a day to get to the temple, wasn't it?
I think so. It was about half a day. So it'll probably take you about
Just about a full day.
probably because it's
Yeah.
gonna have winding. So
All right. Unless you two have anything else to say about it.
No.
Okay. We will return to our old camp. We'll put up new signs for our two other companions to follow.
Yeah.
And we'll head up to that temple.
okay. Where do you guys want to camp? North, west, east, south, east side, or
We'll stay on the south side where our original camp was.
Okay.
That way, if there is anything on the north side, they won't see us coming.
oh, that's way too big.
What the fucking camp is massive.
Like huge.
That's a settlement.
Took us one day to
That's how you
build
camp in style.
swag.
Yeah, so you guys just like took over like the whole area. You're just like fuck it. You're like fuck it.
Freaking
That's our
American flag on it. Like, this place needs some freedom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys like
Fuck yeah!
America. Yeah, so let's check your guys' camp area or whatever. You're like some bitches. All right. So you guys, half a day goes by. You guys have no problems. You get back over there, to your camp. You still don't see any signs of them. They said that they were going to scout out towards this way some, kind of run up around in the area in this little valley, kind of sort of. And then they would be back. That they were getting restless or whatnot. They knew you three or you two were healing and resting from the debacle of the book, and well, Rusty just likes sticking around and feeding you guys.
Did Rusty know what happened with the book?
I would say Rusty probably had an idea, but he didn't know exactly because I'm sure he was. I don't know.
You can ask anytime.
See what you did there.
Rusty, were you around when they were getting all fried?
When you, I was very, very stealthed during most of that.
Yeah.
I was hiding. As soon as we went into that room and the
No, after that
sarcophagus
was like,
started to open, he was gone.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that was after. That was like when we were camping, and Alex and I continued text role playing, and I was wondering whether anyone had told you what happened with the book.
Oh no. He was just freaked out about the whole sarcophagus thing. That's why he's been hiding and jumpy.
So he had not been around camp like during what is the opposite of dawn? Dusk? Like sunset.
Yeah,
whatever.
dusk.
Yeah.
Dusk.
Yeah. He had not been around then? Because if not, then he probably wouldn't have seen.
No, probably not.
Okay.
He knows that you're distressed, and that makes him sad
Aw.
because you have wings, and that makes him happy.
No, she doesn't.
Not yet.
Yeah, you do. You have tattoos.
Yeah, my tattoos.
Right. That's the wings he's talking about.
Fair enough.
I'll get wings.
You both have
Flat
aspirations to
scale.
fly, and that's enough for him.
I love it. I want to pet him.
Just pet the Kanku.
Look, the first one to cast fly on him becomes his new best friend.
The closest thing I got is bless.
Nice.
I'm going to need you to multi-class into something that's going to give you fly to cast on Rusty.
Oh, that would be awesome. Flying.
That would be really cool.
Well, I am going into.
He would die in
sorceress.
ecstasy.
Once I hit
Have him make a new character.
fifth level sorcerer, kills own teammate through sheer bliss.
Ecstasy die.
There you go.
That's one way
All right.
to go.
So by the time you guys get there, it is kind of late. Do you want to go up there now, or do you want to camp for the night?
I don't have dark vision, so I won't trust myself to face demons who probably do. At night.
Yeah. So you guys are. It's nighttime. You guys are watching out in the valley. You do see a fire sprout up. Probably right around here somewhere. And I don't know if you guys can really make it out. You can roll a perception roll and see if you can see something.
I have 17.
Oh shit.
You have shit?
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. I think that's a 4. And yeah, even with bonuses, that's not gonna reach 17.
Oh. Okay, so
That's 26.
yeah.
Boom.
So you guys are looking, and like you guys are kind of like shoulder to shoulder, and Rusty like comes between you two, and he's like moving your guys' fingers like right there, and like then you guys actually do start seeing what it looks like, maybe a shape, almost. If you had to guess, it's probably Douglas standing in front of the fire, like waving his hands, to see if you guys actually see where he's at. But yeah, you can make him out from where you are. So, who's Elvish here? None of you?
Nope.
Yeah. So you all have to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think.
Oh wow, that's actually really like a good thing. Like no elves. That's so weird.
It is weird, isn't it? Weird and good. So, who's taking? You guys taking watch, or you guys just crashing because you guys haven't had any problem since you've been there. So really wouldn't have any reason to be afraid. But that's up to you guys.
I would take first watch.
Okay.
I'll just take second because I'm worried. Even though there haven't been any threats, there's still those clockwork golems.
Yeah.
Though I don't think they'd ever leave the temple. I'd still look out.
I mean, every once in a while you hear them move around and they talk and they have like crazy fucking conversations about really shiny metal and cogs for some reason. And then so you're
Rusty takes breakfast.
yeah, I kind of figured Rusty would take the last one so he can get everybody breakfast. So Rusty, you're running around collecting berries and twigs and worms and all that other shit that you put into your oatmeal stuff. Actually, what's your passive perception?
Give me one sec. It's
Worm meal.
15.
Okay, so get up there, you bastard. Yeah, so you don't hear anything at first, but you start feeling like you're being watched, kind of, sort of. You keep moving around and stuff, and you still feeling that shit. And then you hear like a twig snap, Not too far off, maybe about 20 or 30 feet from where you're at. What would you do?
Okay. Go into stealth. I will hide.
Okay. So you go into stealth.
That makes me worry.
Yeah, like, okay, fuck you guys. I'm invisible.
All right. So roll a stealth roll for me. I can't see the chat, so if you rolled it and put it in there, I don't know what it is.
16.
It's a 16, 1-6.
Okay. So yeah, you hide, but for whatever reason, don't move or anything. But you could see some little humanoids moving around out there. You got dark vision?
I do not.
Okay, so it's dark, and you really can't. You can barely see because of the firelight. You could probably make out maybe about 2 humanoids, like slithering on the ground, kind of like doing a low crawl towards the camp. They're making hardly any noise, but since you got advantage of where you're at and not moving, you can spot them pretty easy.
So I'm going to throw a dagger at Orin, a sheathed dagger. So intending to hit him with the handle, but even if I don't, it'll hit him with leather.
Okay. Roll your I guess roll an attack roll to hit him.
Don't tell me you crit me.
23.
Did you roll
No,
that
it was
20?
close though.
Oh, okay.
No, it was
Yeah.
I rolled a 17. It was a 23.
Okay, so it flies out and hits really close to your face, Orm. You wake up and look, and right in front of your face is a sheathed dagger, and you notice that it's definitely looks like Rusty's because it looks like it's got like a little bit of feather on it. I don't know what you would do after that.
It's obviously handmade.
Yeah. So would you have jumped up or?
Oh, I was just rolling my insight to see why this thing would be in front of me.
Okay.
And then I would think he wouldn't throw this at me unless he was important.
Right.
So then I'm not armored, but I am gonna reach for my shield and sword. I'm gonna kind of nudge Yuna. And I'm gonna say, "Get up. Something's not right here."
All right.
Okay. So you start seeing those 2 humanoids. They look small. They look. I guess you would probably know. Roll. I guess it would be insight. If you have that, or if you have survival or nature.
On insight.
Okay. Yeah. So you could see the 2 humanoids on the ground, and they definitely look like goblins. But they got like leaves and shit all over them and mud, so it's kind of hard to see them a little bit. But you can see that they don't have metal weapons. They have like wooden clubs with.
You bring some fur down.
Like some sharpened stone on the end of it. But they look particularly nasty either way.
Threatening or?
Huh?
Do they appear threatening? Or
They look. They kind of do because they're sneaking up on you. They don't really look like they have like happy faces on.
All right. I'm going to kind of look at their general direction. I don't want to make them think that I can see them.
Right.
And I'm going to say, reveal yourselves.
Can I like equip my shield? Like take my shield on?
Sure.
Okay.
So
like a javelin.
All these tiny trees. All these tiny tree speech bubbles. Thought bubbles.
You don't want to comment on it. Perry the platypus is going to come and get you.
they're trees. Just kind of give you guys an idea of where what the size of the battlefield is. So, would you be under a tent?
So
I would have left the tent.
Rusty would be in a tree. That's generally where he feels most comfortable, is off the ground.
Right. All right. So, where can you see my cursor right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where would you be at, Rusty?
Where's the fire?
So the fire would probably be right here.
So probably in the tree you were pointing at.
This one? This tree right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Rusty's there. Orn, you're going to get blue. Where would you be at?
Probably just standing outside the tent.
All right. So we're going to put a tent in here. I'm going to say the tent is right here. That you and Una share.
Don't put the divider there. What the hell?
It's the top of the damn thing. We're not in the 1950s. All right. So there you are. Una, you're going to be, I don't know, what do you want? Purple, pink, blue, other blue, gray?
Probably like bright blue.
All right. So that's you. So you both popped out there. And the gobbies, one's going to be right here and one's going to be right here. You think you see one poking around a tree out here, and that's probably about all you see at the moment.
How far away would that be? Like 30 feet?
So I would say these guys right here are probably about 20, and that would be about 30.
All right. Just so I know. We have skill.
Well, since Orn already talked to them, already shouted something to them, I would just cast light, right in the middle of them to
over here?
To improve our vision and see. Let me see. Wait. Let me see the distance. I don't know the distance for
that. Nice.
Sorry, it's my wife texting me.
Oh, no. I cannot do that. I actually have to touch an object that then shines, so I cannot just
Well, just grab a rock and throw it in there.
Well, I'll do that. That is actually really intelligent. Yep. A shining rock flies in there.
All right. So, what's it like a 20-foot?
I don't know how far I can like throw shit. I think 20 is.
No, I mean the light crazy. I mean, how far does it
It's
shine
20 foot,
out?
20-foot radius.
Right.
Of like normal light, of like bright light, and another additional 20 feet of dim light. So 40.
Okay, so once you do that, you definitely start seeing a few more bodies out there. Oh, that was bad.
They're everywhere.
They brought their babies.
They're fucking huge. We're gonna die. No.
Holy crap! There's 150 of them. We're screwed.
You're gonna die, clown. No.
Yes. Not
That one. Oh shit. Okay, that's way too big. What are we doing here? Give me something I can work with, you bastard. Alright, I'll go that way. Anyways, so there's one there. One right here, definitely. There. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these things out there. Kind of hiding around. So the ones, these two right here, or these three, are hiding behind the tree, and these three right here are kind of like creeping, kind of, sort of.
Okay. Hello?
So
When
what do
I
you?
realized this, I'm like, they act a lot more differently out here than they do near the mainland.
Yeah, so the ones here, they look totally like feral. They don't have regular armor. They have pelts on them. But they have a lot of leaves and shit. You know, they're camouflaged for nighttime. Their faces have been painted with dark mud and stuff. And like I said, their weapons are very primitive compared to your guys's. There's no kind of steel or metal looking. It looks like chipped stone with wooden clubs and stuff like that. You see a couple with spears. You see one with like a short bow, kind of, sort of. But their weapons are pretty primitive compared to ours. For you guys.
We're not wearing our armor, are we?
I wouldn't think you would sleep with it on. That is totally up to you because you never told me you took it off. I don't know how your characters would be, so that's why I'm doing it. I would guess that Egbert here would probably might have his on, but I would think he would get up and get dressed. But you two, I think you would probably be in your whatever clothes you use to go to sleep in.
Yeah, I wear leather armor, so it takes almost nothing to get it on, and I can sleep in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one who has to worry about taking my armor on and off.
Well, does have some armor too. She's got like a freaking what? A chain shirt, but that's about it.
Yeah. So you can don your armor quickly, even if you have it off.
Yeah.
Chainmail sucks dick. All right. Well, I'm not wearing my armor, so. Well, how do they react when I call them out?
So he stops, but he looks over to the left to look at this one. Does anybody know Goblin? Out of the three of you?
I don't.
No.
Okay, so they're speaking in Goblin, and he's like, "Rrr, rrr." And the other one's like, "Rrr." And
Oh,
then
wow.
they stand up and they look. They kind of move to the tree here, there, and there. And then you can hear him go, blah, 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 and he kind of makes a louder, kind of guttural, like command noise. And this guy right here with a bow starts taking bead. Roll a stealth roll, Rusty. He's searching for you, so. Are you searching for anybody?
All right.
What'd you get, Rusty?
Is it- Okay. Okay, he
Left.
died.
Huh?
He
He
left.
dropped out.
He dropped out? Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
so,
All right.
he's so
Um,
stealthy, he's not even here.
Okay. Yeah, so he takes bead at one of you guys, and they fire an arrow at you, Orn, which I think is going to be a 12.
That's going to hit me.
Oh, wow.
I don't have my
Okay.
armor on, and I have a -1 to my AC.
All right. Well, good thing he only did fucking 3 points of damage. That still hurts. I know. Yeah. So he tags you like in the side of your body with an arrow, and then they all kind of move up towards you. You have chainmail, right?
Not on me.
I know, but you do have chainmail, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you want to try and don it fastly, it'll hang on you, but it's better than nothing. Like your shirt part, I'll let you do that this round.
Okay.
If you want to talk to Yuna, see if she can cover your ass while you do that.
Yeah, if I get to go first, then that's how I'll spend my action. I'll use my bonus to throw a shield of faith on her.
Okay, so why don't you guys go ahead and roll initiative then?
My
15 for me.
initiative is 6.
All right. They rolled a 3.
Wow.
So,
Welcome back.
hey, is that Brendan?
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good,
Internet
brother.
web issue.
Hey, it's one of those things.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, roll initiative for me, and actually make a stealth roll for me too, please. To see if they notice you in the tree.
Where's our guide during all this?
The guide, he's over here somewhere. You can hear him like getting up now, and he's like, "What the hell? Oh my god, I ain't
What are the white
goblins?" Those just where I erased. Sorry.
Got
Oh,
it.
the
No, it's
white-
fine. I just
No, the white picture, like the white thing, is because it's night. I cast light, like the spell cantrip light on a
Oh.
stone and throw it in there to lighten up so we could see all.
no
of
the
them.
2 white squares.
Over
Oh.
here.
On
Oh,
the
that's just
Yeah.
that's just my computer. fucking
Okay.
up.
No. That's fine. I was just making sure that like it wasn't an ogre or something.
Oh no, you're good. I wouldn't do that to you guys yet.
Yet.
I appreciate the yet. So roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yes. What'd you get for? Did you do a stealth roll for me? Do that after
One
you,
sec.
Okay, once you get your initiative done, do that for me.
Okay.
Alex, are you gonna make the list?
Fucking too
Okay,
late.
so I don't know what
It's already made.
I don't know what my
alright.
previous stealth
Sorry.
roll was. So I'm just going to roll stealth again if you don't mind.
That's fine. That's what I wanted you to do, anyways.
Oh, okay. That's 3 10s in a row. That's odd. So my stealth's going to be 18.
Okay, that beats out. They're not actively like looking up where you are. That's what I'm trying to find out if they can see you or not, which they can't. All right, so that guy shoots an arrow. He hits Orn over here, and Orn is. I think you go second, right? Because Yuna goes first.
Third.
Third.
Yeah, he goes third. So it's me, Rusty, Orn, and then goblins.
Okay. So Orn, go ahead, and I know that's what you're gonna do for your turn, is don some armor. So if you want to run it, I'm gonna let you run inside. Yuna, it'll be your turn.
All right. While this is happening, I know. He's gonna put on the armor. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on him as a bonus action.
Okay.
Just because it's so many goblins, and I think we kind of need that. So that's my bonus action. As my main action, I'm gonna throw a javelin at the goblin right there. Yes, exactly in that. Yep.
This one.
Yep.
All right. He's in half cover, so you'd be at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything else but try. So.
Well, you can shoot one of these guys. He's right in the open.
Which one?
This one over here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well then I'll go for that guy.
Okay.
Well, that is an 18 to hit.
That's going to hit.
All right. And he's going to take a d6 plus 3. I believe it's pure. Fuck, I just dropped the die. Okay, I'll get that later. 4 damage. Piercing, I believe.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
All right. So you stick him. He's like, oh! You hear it fucking hit him well, and he's not too happy about it. Okay. What you gonna do, Rusty?
Start with the bow.
This one over here. Which from you, he is
All right.
probably about 40 feet.
Good deal. I'm going to pop his ass with my bow.
Okay.
And 13 to hit.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Oh, thank goodness. 2d6 damage. 14 damage.
Ouch. All right. Yeah. So arrow flies out. He takes a hit. He goes down.
And I will bonus action, or for my movement, I will move to someplace else in the tree, and I will hide there.
Okay.
As my bonus action. And that would be a 22 for my stealth roll.
Okay. Yeah, they don't see it.
Damn. Must have been my imagination.
What was it?
It's a joke on stealth mechanics in games.
Oh.
Well, that's why I moved to a different part of the tree.
Still kind of the same place.
It is kind of the same place, but it's a tree, so you can shoot all you want over there because I'm not there.
I know.
Okay. So with that, it'd be Orange's turn, and you're donning your stuff. And so
I don't know if I rolled an athletics check, if that helps me.
Yeah, that would help.
Okay. I put my result in already, so I know it's taking up my turn, so I'm not in any particular hurry.
Well, did you already roll it, or you?
Yeah, I got 24 on my athletics.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you put that shit on like super fast, and you come back out, and you can take your bonus action if you have one.
I used my bonus. Oh, I used my bonus action going in, I guess.
No, you don't.
So I didn't cast Shield of Faith on Yuna?
Was that what you did? I thought she could. All right.
No,
yeah,
no,
we cast it on each other.
Oh, you did? Oh, you guys are gonna be a damn team. Okay, well then I guess that's your turn. You come back out and you're armored.
Damn, I have 19 AC now.
I have 20.
Okay, so they're gonna move. This one runs out to here, and this one runs out to about right here. This one is hurting. He runs out to here. This one runs out here. This one runs out to right there. This one is going to run out to right here, and that one is going to run out to about right there.
Good.
Getting rid of.
Doesn't tolerate cowards, anyways.
Well, they got numbers, so I guess they think they're full of shit now.
There's so much blood.
Yes, that's where he hit that dude. Actually, no, that one's my bad. That one's gone because he hit his ass with the arrow. It's done. All right, so that's what they do for their turn, and it's going to be Yuna's turn.
All right, so I'm kind of sick of their shit, and I'm gonna cast Burning Hands in a cone, in a 15 feet cone.
Should be able to tag these two right here.
Yeah.
And actually, that one right there too, I believe. Yeah, I think so. You should be able to tag.
Yep.
Those two right there, kind of, sort of.
And each creature that just automatically hits, or do I have to roll to hit? That's just a dex save.
They make a dex save.
All right, the dex save is 14 DC.
Okay. Nope. Yes.
All right.
So this one out here makes it, and these two up here don't.
All right. So the ones that don't make it, they take. That's 6. Oh, that's 10. They take 10 fire damage.
Okay.
And the one that made it takes 5 fire damage.
Yeah.
And the fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that are not worn or being carried. So I figure the tree.
You don't reach that far out. You've reached far out, but not that far.
All right.
But this one, he is flame on, and his fucking leaves and all that shit that's on him are flaming up. He's gonna take.
Check your Discord, Tempo.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Alex is thirsty.
He is.
Yeah, I'm gonna get something to drink too. Just a second. Also, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. That's cool. Okay, so yeah. If you guys need to take a few minutes and get something to drink, you're more than welcome to. If not, we'll continue on to Orange's turn.
Well, Rusty doesn't get a turn this time?
Oh, I thought. Oh, that's right. You go next, don't you? My bad. All right, Rusty, go ahead.
No worries. Any of the remaining sticks have ranged weapons on them?
One of them has a spear. This one right here, but other than that, the rest of them have like these clubs, with what looks like kind of like a hatchet, kind of sort of.
Is the spear guy in cover?
He's kind of halfway in cover. I mean, he's kind of more like walking behind the tree. But if you wait a little bit, he'll probably come out of it because they're all running this way. He just happened to duck behind the tree while you're taking aim.
No, that's fine. The guy closest to the small tree up top.
This guy?
That one? Yeah. I'll
Okay.
attack him.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's going to be a 18 to hit.
That hits.
With 9 damage.
All right, he goes down.
Bye, Felicia.
Later, bitch. All right. You moving?
And with that, I will crawl out of the tree and hide behind it.
You're still in there. Okay. All right.
And that's 18 stealth.
Yeah, they don't see you. Okay. You all done?
That's it.
All right. So, Alex, Orange's turn now.
Run over to the cluster of goblins, the first one I meet.
All right. It'll be this one right here.
And I'm going to attack him with my longsword.
Okay.
I rolled a 9, but I'm going to use my divine favor.
Okay.
Or favored by the gods. For a total of 14.
That'll hit.
For 9 slashing.
All right. So this guy goes down.
Thank you, Bahamut.
Okay. That's your turn?
Yep.
All right. So this goblin right there is going to move up, and this other one's going to move up. And this one, seeing that you're right there, he's going to run over here too, because they're not shy who they hate.
It's all right. They're all cowards anyways.
Yeah. So they're going to attack with these bone clubs. One's a 14. One rolled a nat 20. And
Of course.
One rolled a 19 altogether.
Then 19's not going to hit me.
Okay. So he does 4 points of damage.
Oh.
He rolled really shitty. But he clubs you. And the other two guys missed anyways.
You insult my platinum scales.
All right. So jumps back up to Yuna. So Yuna.
I'm gonna cast fairy fire at them, like, because that doesn't hurt you, right? That's just like,
it just makes me shiny.
Yeah, that's fine. They must make a Dex 14 saving throw.
Okay.
I got 12, so that affects me too.
All right. So one of them fails. The other two don't.
I failed my save.
You did? All right. So you and the one that you hit got fairy fire. These two guys don't.
And let me just see. Okay. I want to see. Can I cast guidance as a bonus action? No, that's an entire action, and needs concentration. Okay. As a bonus, like as my movement, I will walk up, like, kind of like next to Warren.
Okay.
Yeah, to make for a second target so that they don't club like all on him.
Okay.
And I can't do anything else besides that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Then it's going to be Brendan.
All right. So the one next to Yuna is I'm going to go ahead and attack that one and see if I can give him a bad case of dead.
Does
Okay.
it have? Is that the one that has fairy fire on it?
No. This one over
No.
here does.
Yeah, you should do that. You get advantage.
I don't need it. 19,
Yeah, it's going to hit.
and that's going to be 11 damage.
Yeah, he goes down.
Nice, Rusty.
And then I will drop my bow, draw my rapier, and run behind you.
Okay. Right there?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone behind Warren.
All right. So
the
you guys
plan.
are, yeah. So you guys are sitting there, and this, you hear this footfalls out here, something running, and then you hear something go smack, smack. You look out there, and you see another 2 goblins and what looks like a light-skinned,
Ogre.
light-skinned
Ogre swans.
ogre swans.
What you doing in my swamp?
Doug, what do you got? A quarterstaff or staff?
Yep.
All right, so you're out here. You just happen to see these other 2 about to join them, but you get a surprise attack on one of them.
Oh, I'm rolling. All right, we're rolling.
Get him.
Huh.
Avengers now.
Oh, that's we're starting off great. We got a 7.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Okay. Bonus action. I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
That's much better. Okay, that's like a unnatural 20 to hit.
Okay.
That's a lot better than a miss.
Yeah.
All right. Aha. Oh,
What
wait,
are you, a monk?
Yeah. But you don't know who I am. I'm so mysterious. All right. 4 bludgeoning.
You can't
Okay.
be that mysterious. You're basically naked.
Back, you ugly green things! Ugh.
Holy shit.
That is why I love fucking Alex's characters. Because they're flamboyant. All right. So, yeah. Orn, your turn.
All right. Is the one that had fairy fire on them dead?
No, but he's tore up some. This guy right here.
Right.
He's
Let's mess that guy up.
all right.
Oh, wow. I rolled a 19 and 20. I'm never going to get those rolls back.
Nice.
That's a crit
All right.
for a total of 14 slashing.
Yeah, he goes down. He's not getting up from that right there.
I'm just going to cut him in half from this, just basically eviscerate him from his gut.
All right. Yeah, so you slash the shit out of him, and his entrails and everything else just kind of pile up on the ground in front of him, and he's trying to scoop him back inside of him, but he's so stupid that he doesn't understand that he's dying, and he just kind of falls forward and croaks.
You can't punch the other one.
Futile. I'm going to look at the last one.
All right. You all done?
I can't use my bonus action for anything else. So
Okay.
Can you not punch him as a bonus action?
I mean, I could try to shield bash. I can't shield bash. I don't have shield mastery.
All right.
So
So,
no.
that this guy with the spear, he looks at all three of you, and he disengages. And he starts running.
He's out.
Attack of opportunity.
He disengages.
Oh,
He starts running this way. So with that, it's going to be Yuna's turn. Actually, no, excuse me. It's going to be the mystery figure goes first. You got to hide. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Same old thing again. We're gonna whack him with my stick.
All right.
That's much better. Okay, that's like a 15 to hit.
That's going to hit.
All right. So quarterstaff deals. Ooh, yeah, 9 bludgeoning.
Okay, which one are you hitting? The one that you hit last turn or the fresh one?
Yeah, the one I had last time. Yeah.
All right. So this guy goes down.
All right, and then I'll punch the next one.
Okay.
Oh, that's even better than the last one. It's like a 17.
That hits.
Another nat 20.
All right. Oh yeah. Rolled max damage for both. So 7 bludgeoning.
Oh, so he goes down. You punch him in his face.
You just hear like really like obnoxious like karate sounds.
We've got a replacement. We've got a potential replacement for Douglas here.
I know, right? Okay, Yuna, your turn.
I think I'm gonna throw a spear at this guy, like a javelin.
Okay.
Does this? Two of them had fairy fire. Is that one of them?
No, the fairy
I'm
fire
one of
guy's
them.
dead.
All right. No. God damn it. All right. Stop laughing. Okay.
What color did you at least make me?
17, and you're pink.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It looks very good on you.
Yeah, 17 hits.
All right. And
Did
he
you say
takes a.
Rusty says,
And he takes 7 points of damage.
All right. He goes down. The javelin is sticking out his back. So, yeah, you guys notice the figure out here now. What do you want to do out there, mysterious figure?
I immediately run up into a tree and try to hide again.
Oh, that's not good. We just came out of battle.
Into a tree?
Yeah.
Okay, which one? You got one here, one there, and there, and there.
The one that's closer to the fire. Oh, just without them seeing me.
We can see you already. You're like.
Okay,
Don't blow my cover.
so you run really fast. You stop here, and then you run over here, and you hop up in the tree.
Very visibly.
And you're like making like you're posing like you're a branch to try and hide yourself. And you guys are watching this whole time, like we can fucking see you. But anyways, yeah. So that's where she's at.
So who do we have to thank? Oh, cunning branch in the tree.
I immediately jump down. I like take it like an attacking stance, and I pull out my quarterstaff. I'm like, state your business.
We were sleeping. State your business.
Well, this is my land. I mean, you stepped onto my my tribe's land, so I mean, you are kind of trespassing here. But state your business.
Also, you might want to try not stealthing like in a incredibly lit area.
Oh, you guys saw that?
All of it.
And she just like puts her quarterstaff down and she leans on it. She's like, yeah, I'm trying, man. It's kind of hard. I mean, this is like my third day just doing patrols. It's not fun. It's not fun.
We weren't where this land was patrolled. As a matter of fact, we were told that the elves just south of us own this land.
Oh, well, I mean,
The elves do own this land, but if we go farther up north into the mountains, my tribe owns this land.
Wait, so you live up in the mountains?
Mm-hmm.
The very top?
Yep. Tippy top.
Well, that's convenient because we were actually heading up there ourselves.
For what reason? And I slowly pull my quarterstaff back out.
It's probably very unwise on your behalf to engage in combat against us.
Well, I don't know who you guys are, and I'm here on patrol protecting my tribe from any outside dangers. So,
What is the name of your tribe? And what is yours?
It's the Wusha tribe, and I'm not supposed to reveal my name to outsiders.
Whoa.
21 stealth.
Just vanishes. Well, we... how do I put this? We may have done something that we regret in the nearby temple. And I kind of just point my sword to the temple nearby. And I say, we're looking for guidance on how we can fix that problem.
I immediately drop my bow staff. Wait, you guys were the problem at the temple earlier today?
Yesterday.
Like a few days ago.
Oh, yeah, actually, it was a few days ago.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, gosh. And you guys are here to stop it?
Yeah, to undo
it. Try.
Well, okay. I mean, if you're not, well, could I make an inside check just to see if they're not telling the lie?
I mean, if you're gonna make me do
roll deception.
That's a 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that doesn't really help you out there, bud.
I got a 13 persuasion, if that helps you out.
Yeah.
It's my insight.
Yeah, so you definitely persuade her to do what you want her to do and take you up to the top.
Okay. Well, sure.
I mean, you don't feel any resistance of not. You can't think of anything right now that would stop you from taking up. What I'm saying.
As a token of good faith and show that we come in peace, I will tell you my name. My name is Yuna.
Oh, that's such a pretty name. Oh,
Oh,
that's
thank you.
lovely. My name is, and she takes like this superior stance. She straightens her back a little bit and she puts her hands on her hips. My name is Princess Paloma Windrunner of the Wusha tribe.
Very delighted to meet you, Princess Paloma.
Thank you. Well, you know.
Oh, royalty. Well then, I sheath my sword, put my hand on my chest, and bow, almost full length.
Oh, come on. You don't have to do that here. I don't need those formalities.
My name is Ornfaithus, Knight of the Platinum Dragon. Stand up.
Oh my, I love the Platinum Dragon. I've been reading about it in the mainland books. Oh my, he sounds like such a great guy.
He's much more of a dragon than a man, but...
I mean, I'd like to meet him one day. I mean, we have scavengers that go to like barren or like wasted like villages, and they collect resources, and usually they bring back books, and that's where I found out about the Platinum Dragon.
Well, I have a very direct connection to him. Perhaps on the way there we could talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh my god, I would love that so much. And also, you guys should come and meet Papa. He'd love to talk to new people. I mean, he's kind of like iffy on the elves. Like, we don't really talk to the elves, but we agree to disagree. That like, you stay over there, I stay over here, and we don't talk, and we're cool. But I mean, like, if you guys are here to start this business in the temple, I'm sure Papa would love to meet you.
That sounds like
yeah, I'm sure he's going to love meeting us.
All right. Do you guys want to head out now, or do you guys want to take like your little nap, or?
Well, I, for one, am still tired. So yes, I would like to finish my rest.
Oh, okay, don't worry. I can watch you guys. Make sure nothing else happens. And I just immediately like put my bow staff just like upright, and then I climb up on the top and just balance on it.
Cool. All right. So you sit up there. The rest of them, they kind of get another little bit of sleep. Go ahead.
Rusty's going to continue underneath behind him, and I figure out that she's not moving anywhere. And push her over since she's bouncing on top of her bow staff.
I immediately pull out my bow staff since I didn't see him before. Guys, there's a bird thing. Should I whack it?
I kind of just looked at Yuna and I kind of shrug.
She just shakes her head and smiles and then goes into the tent.
I mean, you can bribe it with some attention. I hear he loves getting pet.
Wait, so you know him?
No is a strong word. He's kind of just around. Always.
You can try to figure out his name, though.
Well, okay. And she'll just say to him, she'll go up to, I guess, Rusty. Hi, I'm Paloma. What's your name?
Please.
Rusty makes the sound of leaves blowing across the ground.
I'm sorry, what was that? I don't speak bird. And I just make a flapping motion with my wings.
I'm going to sleep. I'm going to go sleep
Rusty
in my
makes
armor.
the sound again.
I'm going to go sleep in my armor.
No,
this
you're
time.
not.
I'm trying to decipher this whole language as
Are you telling me I'm not sleeping in my armor?
Yeah.
The fuck? Why shouldn't I? We just got attacked by goblins.
Feels uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right. So,
Fine.
rest of the morning shoots by. You guys get back up. I'm going to count the rest of your rest as normal rest. You get your slots back. And you guys shoot up to the, everybody wakes up. You're all eating at, like the fire and stuff. Your bones and raisins and shit like that, or whatever the hell you guys got for you to eat.
And, cheek meat from the goblins.
Yeah, so you got some jerky.
I'm just sitting, balancing on my bow staff.
Is it upright or like on the side?
No, it's upright. It's upright. It's the whole point. If not, it wouldn't be that impressive.
Oh. I used to know a friend who was really good at stuff like that.
Oh, really? What did he do?
Fight. A lot.
That's implied. Well, I mean, my tribe has a monastery. You see, I learned from a master. He saved our tribe during the big calamity that split the mountains. Yeah, his name was Bilbo.
He doesn't happen to be a gnome, does he?
No, he's one of my people.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Master Bilbo taught me everything I know.
Because
copyrights.
Is there a chance we could?
First name I can think of.
Is there a chance that we could get the honor to talk to your master Bilbo?
I mean, sure. I don't see why not. I mean, he's a little just a little weird, but his technique is flawless. I can tell you that. And especially because my papa told me to train with him because he's supposed to be the champion of the tribe. So, why not learn from the best?
Right.
Fair point. Why don't you lead us upwards then? I'm sure we'll have lots to discuss.
Yep. And as we're going, she's just hopping from tree to tree to tree.
Very cool. So, it takes you till about midday to get up there, with little shortcuts here and there that Pelona, it's Pelona. Pelona can show you, which if she hadn't, probably would have took a little bit longer than it did. But finally, you arrive at the top. The monastery is actually pretty nice looking monastery. It's got a lot of like natural stone carved with like air symbols and stuff like that on it, and the architecture itself is actually pretty rad because it looks like a flowing wisp of air, kind of, sort of. So it looks pretty gnarly. You see, there's probably about another 8 Gensai up here that you can see, and they're outside in the front doing like some Tai Chi kind of stuff all together. Every once in a while, one of them will levitate off the ground, and the master will come over and smack them back to the ground. Most of these that are outside in front, though, they're all like young. Maybe you would guess a little bit younger than Paloma. Ranging from like young child to young adult. So you see the Master Bilbo. He's out front with these children, and he sees you, Paloma, and he's like, "Ah, young princess."
Hi there. How's the normal training going today?
He's like, "Well, we're having a little problem with Subutai here. He keeps trying to float off the ground when he's not supposed to, and you see the kid starting to float up again, and he like smacks the shit out of him, and he bounces on the ground. He says, "You must learn control." He kind of yells at him a little bit.
This is Bilbo, right?
What?
This is Bilbo, or is this another teacher?
No, this is Bilbo.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "Who are your friends?"
Oh, I found them. They were coming to hopefully like fix some of the action that's been happening in the temple. I was gonna go take them to Papa right now and see what he says about it.
He says, "Okay."
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this young lady, and I point over to Yuna, said she really, 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 really wanted to beat you, and I push her forward.
Yeah, thank you for the short introduction. I'm very, very delighted to meet you, Master Bilbo, and I would like to ask you like a few questions from your past, from your history, from the huge battle that you fought and that divided these mountains.
He bows. He says, "I wasn't in that battle."
Wait, what? Bilbo!
Well, this is awkward.
He says, "My ancestors were."
Oh, you see, I missed that part. Okay, I was so distracted. I'm sorry about that.
He kind of gets his like, he smacks her on the head a little bit. He's like, "You were listening again."
I'm sorry. It just sounds way more cool if you were there. I mean, like, just imagining just fighting off all these mages, and then what's the thing that came out of the temple again?
The Smurg.
Then you were fighting all these mages and the Smurg, and it was just it was badass.
And you say the Smurg, and he looks at you, and he's like,
"Oh, right. Sorry. We don't talk about it. Sorry."
Why don't we talk about it?
Yeah, maybe we should go talk to Papa. Yeah.
There's probably a very good reason why they don't talk about it, and I kind of sound like I know what they're talking about when I say that.
The Bilbo's like, she's a very big loudmouth.
Hey, I can hear you.
Like, hush.
Okay. Sorry, Master.
But she means well. She says, He says, but you should talk to the chieftain. He speaks for the tribe. I just train. And he is my brother, so.
Well, I appreciate that you share your wisdom with us, Master Bilbo, and we will seek out the chieftain.
He says, okay.
And
So, with that, so where you guys come up at, it's kind of like the top of the mountain is kind of like 3 plateaus, kind of sort of. Okay? You're on the bottom one where the monastery is itself. You go to the next plateau, and there's actually stairs built in to the mountain itself. But they're made so well that they look like you're just kind of part of the mountain. You get to the next level, and that's where a lot of the village huts are. And they're made in the same fashion as the monastery. Everything kind of flows with the dynamics of the airflow in here. So there's some spots where there's no airflow at all, or just like a light breeze, and then there's some spots that are like really strong wind. And it's actually pretty neat because, like, in that particular part, they have these sheets outside hung up in between the buildings. And in that particular area, the clouds that are formed around the mountain kind of siphon through this area, and the sheets collect the moisture, and they drip down into these catch basins, and that's how they're collecting water. And so when you actually climb up to the top 3rd tier, you're actually walking into the clouds themselves, where they're right on top of the peak. It's actually pretty fucking gnarly. You can only see maybe about 10 feet in front of you. But the
Rusty
pathway
seems kind
is
of annoyed because.
Huh?
Sorry. Rusty seems kind of annoyed because the wind keeps blowing his feathers around, and it's hard to keep them pointed the right direction. You know, like if somebody combs your hair the wrong way,
Right? Yeah.
it just feels weird.
Hey,
Yeah. So by the time you
I want
get
to take this moment because I know how much our Kenku friend would like to fly. And I say, all right, this is probably a one-in-a-lifetime chance since I think this is the biggest mountain.
around the area, yeah.
And I'm going to just look at everyone because I don't think even Paloma knows what it feels like to fly. And I'm going to say this spot right here. Not above it, not below it, but just in the clouds right here. This is the best place to fly. And I'm just going to walk over to Rusty. I'm just going to turn him to face the wind. And just
and throw him up
pick
the
him
mountain.
Wait, what's he doing?
No, I'm just going to pick him up. I'm like, spread your wings, little one.
You know, if you really want to fly, we have gliders, right?
Rusty.
I mean, you'd have to ask permission from Bilbo since they keep them at the monastery, but I mean, like,
It's
I'm
not
sure
the same.
Well, I mean,
gliding on your wings.
I'm just saying it's an alternative. Also, his name is Rusty. I couldn't get it out of him.
When you turn him into the wind and pick him up, he's shivering. He's shivering with excitement. And he's the happiest Kenku at that moment.
And I hold him up until like my arms get tired.
Now he spends the rest of the time jumping up in the air into the.
Yeah.
So basically, you're a parachute now.
Yeah. So Orn, your arms start giving away, and you're like, well, I can't hold them up anymore. And you drop, and for just a split second, the wind picks up right when you do it, and you're really actually flying, Rusty, for about 2 seconds, and then you fall on your face.
Did we just?
But-
I keep jumping up in the air, trying to catch that gust of wind again.
Yeah. So every time you do that, you're just like the wind catches you and like kind of flips you around, so you're like laying where your feet are towards the wind. So all your feathers like puff up. So every time you stand up from that, you look like a big feather ball.
One of those frizzy chickens.
Until the wind hits it again, and then like flattens all your feathers out and stuff. But
So I just heard him back beside me, and every time he does so, he kind of like awkwardly flies into me. I'm like, God damn it!
I feel like we're experiencing one of those like life-changing moments in someone's life. Like it's like when a baby takes its first steps. It's like a bird just trying to fly. Oh, this is beautiful. I should put it in my scrapbook. And she pulls out a book and starts writing.
Well,
Yes.
that's why
So-
I did it.
So Rusty, that's probably the most exhilarated you've ever felt in your whole like existence.
Shit.
That's right.
Like the
I now
most
love
you're
you
ever
both.
gonna connect. Yeah.
Sandra has Yuma has wings, and Orin helped him fly.
Yeah.
You two are my two best friends ever.
Yeah, you can call us parents now.
Dad,
Oh no. You
you guys are getting extra grubs
did
in your
it.
breakfast tomorrow.
You did it.
Just wait until we actually get our wings.
Extra big grubs for you guys. Okay. So
Get up here.
so finally, after however long you guys do that, you've traveled back up through the path, and path is carved, and it's got a rails because the mist from the clouds is so thick that you can only see so far. And so, Polona, she gets up first, or she gets past the clouds first. So Yuna, you poke your head through the clouds, and you're greeted by the warm sun, and you look out to your right, and you can see the sun, only half of it, and it's cascading all on top of these clouds. You got these nice, beautiful purples and pinks, and it just looks like one of those moments that Rusty would come along and smack into the back of you and fuck it all up. But but yeah, then he pops up and he's like, and Rusty, you can see like just the sea of clouds just for like at least a mile. The cloud that hangs around the top of this mountain is this huge ass like kind of cumulus cloud. But the cool thing is that the wind, the way it flows, it just kind of flattens this cloud out, and so it almost looks like you guys are walking on clouds when you get up on top.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Come on. Papa's waiting.
Okay.
Rusty looks wistfully at the clouds and all of the sky around him, and just kind of imagines what it's like when he's able to fly someday.
Man, we are making this little bird's dreams come true today.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a big day for Rusty. He's feeling good.
Yeah. So you get up on top. You finally see the peak. And into the side of the peak, there's a doorway that's been built up, kind of in the same architecture as the rest of the scene. You see a pair of other Gensai up there, but these ones are actually in ceremonial armor, which, of course, looks like airflow. And they have these halberds that are, they've got, like, the blades themselves have got, like, pictures of, like, clouds and sunsets all over them. They really look fucking badass and shit. Since some of you know some magic, you can actually see a little hue of magic kind of crackling around them so a little bit.
Alex, what did you want to say?
Oh, I just wanted to I realized just how important this is to Rusty, but then like I forget why this kind of feeling satisfies me, as like when I try to look back in my past and figure out what exactly I did to get this feeling again. I can't remember. And then I just kind of rub my head confused because it's so familiar, but it's lost to me. And I just kind of look around at everyone like I just lost myself. And then
roll an insight for me. Actually, roll me. Does insight? Does that come off of wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an insight for me.
21.
All right. So you get that feeling, and then you feel this like almost like this gust of wind kind of like pick you up, and you get the sensation that there's wings on your back and that you catch air in your wings, and you get this daydream that you actually look like I don't know what is it, chromatic silver dragon, something like that.
Yeah.
So you get a kind of like a daydream. It's more of like a flash, real fast, of what you look like when you transformed into the dragon, and the feel of when you were on a mountain, and you just felt the wind hit your wings, and then it's gone.
And I just stare ahead at what I was, and then I'm actually a little bummed out about it. And then I keep going.
Okay.
I've turned my head forcefully, like I have to actually pull myself away from this vision, then leave.
Yeah, I got this feeling this is going to be one of you guys' favorite spots.
Well, this is so much roleplay potential. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So good.
Rusty will come back here all the time. If we retire, this is when he's retiring.
So
yeah, we'll retire with Paloma in their mountains.
Yeah. So Paloma, you run ahead.
Mhm.
Guards let you through, and you run inside, and you inform your father, the chieftain or king or whatever you want to call him,
Mhm.
The Great Cloud. They call him the Great Cloud. He comes out actually of the building or the side of the mountain, and he walks out. He's just about another foot taller than Paloma. He's got a long beard, and it's just long and wispy, kind of like a cloud. And you see on his arms, he's got these clouds tattooed on his arm that go all around his arm, like his full arm, kind of like if he had like a van brace on his arm, and or like a bracer. And there's also like lightning bolts that kind of crackle off it. When you look at it, and the bolts look like they actually move on his skin. And he puts out his hand to shake your hands. He's like, "Welcome."
The honor is ours. I shake his hand.
And you kind of feel a little bit of a current, like as if like if he wanted to, he could fucking just throw some jewels in your ass, some mega jewels. But he's like holding it back. You can see his arms, and you can see like the lightning bolts are like smaller. When he reaches out, they kind of like recede back into the cloud on the scene. It looks fucking badass and everything, and like you can actually see where like thunder and shit is like crawling on his arm and stuff. Looks wicked as shit. But he says, hello, welcome. He says, and he shakes everybody's hand. He's like, he says, I am the Great Cloud. He says, I am the king of my clan here, or chieftain. He says, I have not seen your kind here before, but I don't feel any ill will from you. He says, why are you here?
You may not feel ill will from us, and that's because we're here to redeem a mistake we've recently made.
He says, I felt a rustle on the wind. Something's wrong. He says, he looks at you, and he looks at you have your gauntlets off?
Me?
No.
No. Okay.
But when I do say that, I would drop my backpack and I would pull out the book.
And when you do that, like, you actually see, like, his eyes turn white and the clouds on his arm, they turn black. And, like, you can actually see, like, lightning start to crackle around his arm. He's like, where did you get that?
I believe you already know the answer to that. The temple, just below this temple.
And, like, oh, man, everybody make a con save. A
Not
DC.
me, I hope.
DC 10. You, Paloma, you don't have to make it because you guys are used to his shit when he gets pissed.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
You know, just dad being pissy.
I don't make it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make it. I got 7. Well,
Okay.
I got 10 if I use my divine soul. Or favored by the gods.
Does the king's chair look comfortable?
It's a cloud. It's a cloud, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks
Does it look like a comfortable cloud?
Yeah. You run in there?
So as he's getting pissed, Rusty wanders off away from everybody else, and whatever he's about to do happens over by them as Rusty's getting ready to climb into his chair.
Okay.
Or try to.
So you try to climb up in the chair, and this gust of wind pushes you back.
Oh no, Mr. Birdman, you shouldn't really do that. That's Daddy's chair.
And, like, every time you do that, like, it looks like you're doing the Running Man now because you're trying to step and grab onto it, but it just keeps pushing you lightly, just enough.
I whisper to Yuna, and I just say, "Yeah, Daddy controls this whole place with his mind. It's kind of crazy."
She can't hear you.
Sorry.
So the both of you that fail, you fucking, like, it was like a thunder boom almost. You know, and everybody here is so used to it, it just doesn't bug them anymore. You know, but with you two, it actually hurts your ears just a tiny bit. And you almost felt your damn eardrum burst because you got so pissed. And you see, like, the clouds start receding a little bit, and he's like, I'm sorry. He says, you should not have opened that tomb. He says, you're lucky he didn't eat you or devour your soul. He says, a Smurg is the worst thing that this plane could have ever seen in its time. He says, oh my God.
No, but Daddy, they said that they're here to stop it.
He says, young one. He says they have a long trek to get to the point where they can do that.
But I'm just saying, I saw them take down this whole horde of goblins. I mean, granted, I helped a little bit. Well, maybe a lot of it. I don't know how many there were.
You left the mountain?
Well, I mean, yeah, I was doing patrols. That's all I was doing.
You know you're forbidden to go to the temple.
Well, I mean, I know I may have strayed a little too far, but I mean, there was a fire. I was interested. There was some commotion. I had to go see.
Yeah. So, like, you hear like a crack of kind of lightning, and you know that's when you know that he's pissed at you, and you be quiet. We'll talk later, young lady.
Okay, and I'll just stand next to him, put my bow staff just behind me, and just head down, all sad.
He says, what are you seeking?
You hear kids saying, na 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 na.
Mm.
You're going to get us in trouble. All right. Well, I'm going to put the book away at this point because there's
Okay.
no longer needed
All right.
to make our point. And I say we, of course, can't defeat a creature like him with these. I just pull out my sword and hold it by its blade. And I say, these won't do.
Says those will not do. He says I am 3,520 years old. He says in that time, he says 3,000 years ago we put the Smurg in that tomb. Me and 5,000 other Gensai masters, along with a huge host of dwarves and elves, and even the hobgoblins helped. He says, I have no idea what happened to the rest of them. All I know is what was left of my clan, we stayed here to protect and patrol. He says, my young one there believes that she's old enough now to patrol, but she doesn't understand the patrol.
Daddy, just because I get interested in something doesn't mean I always have to get.
He's like, hush.
Okay.
He says, one more time.
Mm.
He says, hold your tongue. He says, look, he says, you will have to find a weapon in order to weaken him enough to even try to imprison him again. And then you have to have him here. Do you know how long it took us to plan the armies and the battles just to get him here? It took us over 50 years to get him here. And those 50 years wiped out the whole continent, trying to get him to this one spot to imprison him.
I'm familiar with such lengths of time.
He says, well, if he's alive and he's out, then some shit's going to start happening pretty soon.
Do you know anything about the origins of the Smurg?
Very little. From what I understand, I believe he was an elven child. And his father was he was an elven king. Part of the elven king's court happened to be his brother, Jiraiya. Jiraiya thought that he could control certain forces of the cosmos, and so he researched, and he made pacts with demons and other beings beyond the pantheons of normal. And he reached the darkest depths, and well, I guess he didn't think that the Smurg would come through. Well, the Smurg came through, and he went to the weakest point he could find, and then ensnare a soul, take over the body, which happened to be the king's son. And from that point on, he plotted, and eventually he slew his mother and his father. And overnight, that kingdom fell. He killed all the nobles. He took all the power for himself, and he says the elves marched. They were not normal elves, though. They were infused with this darkness, almost reborn in it. He says wherever they went, they blighted the land. They killed the vegetation, all the animals. The water turned to black syrup. He says if you couldn't imagine that, it's probably worse. He says he pretty much destroyed all life on this land. And we were just the first part of his plan. He wants the world. And then he wants this plane of existence.
What's his goal?
Death, destruction, subjugation, control, everything that evil desires. Pain, struggle, strife, genocide. There was never any clear goal that the Smurg had. He was so chaotic. He said one of our most gifted telepaths of the day tried their hardest to gain a foothold and just find out what he was, and that person went mad. He gutted her out and siphoned her soul.
Can you tell us more about the holy weapon and its whereabouts?
He says, no, I can't tell you where it's at because I don't know. Last I heard, for what I understand, a host of elves and dwarves grabbed the weapon and fled to the west, or they fled to the east. I'm pretty sure they went to the west. I couldn't tell you for sure. This is where they went. I didn't know. I don't know. I've been concentrating on keeping him in that tomb. As you can see, there's not many beings around this area or humanoids that live in these parts of the lands. All the cities and everything that were around this area, they're all gone.
Well, if you don't know of a weapon or where it went, perhaps you could tell us how we can make our own.
He says,
or something we can use to do so.
He says, well, he says you will need the soul of a star dragon.
Of course.
I'm sorry, Papa, what?
He says, young one, you've never heard of a star dragon, and not many have.
Oh, okay.
And those who see one usually die shortly after.
Oh. That's kind of gruesome.
Well, it's hard to gaze upon one, and even if you could get close enough to talk to it, you usually set upon with flames.
Oh, well, that's... Yeah. I'll take a hard pass on that one.
He says, but it is possible. A weapon was forged. So he says that's where you're at. He says 500 leagues from here to the west, there is a certain temple that was used to commune with the star dragon. And that particular star dragon gave himself up to make this weapon, but he still lives within the weapon. He says the weapon can be found. He says there is a way, but you have to reach that temple, and that temple has been set upon with defenses, very, very heavy defenses first, just such reason. Whoever wields that weapon can lay waste to probably the world.
Well, not only do we now need it, we also need to make sure the Smurg doesn't get it himself.
He says, yeah. He says, well, if I know the Smurg, he will find somewhere powerful. He will dominate it. He will raise an army. And then he will probably go after that weapon. He says, mind you, it will take a while because what he recruits, it will take a long time to recruit the army that he wants. He says, but know this. He says, whatever army he does recruit, it will be pure evil. There will be no mercy, no parlays or anything like that. We learned that the hard way. That's probably why there's not many dwarves left on this continent.
I'm familiar with such creatures.
He said the dwarves and a contingent of elves attempted a parlay with some of the forces of his, and they were postponed, and they were led to believe that things were going to be on a stalemate, and well, the Smurg's forces were just waiting for reinforcements, and they were enveloped. He says, but that stronghold, that stronghold is to the west also. He says, I could mark it on your map if you have one.
I do.
He says, all right. He says, well, that is a very rough map. He says, here. He walks back into his throne room, and he's got like this shelf full of parchments and a bunch of other shit. But he actually pulls out this like glass picture frame kind of sort of. And he walks over and he hands it to you, and he says that will show that is a map of the good luck on that one. He says that is a map of the known lands before the Smurg started his march. And you look at it, and he shows you. He says with this the slider on the side here, it was like a bead made out of diamond. You could slide it back and forth, and it would slide the map up and down. And then there's a bead on the top, and it does the same thing. So you can move it left, right, up, and down.
Magical maps.
Yeah, but he says, he says it's a map from, 3 millennia ago. He says that's, he says it's very rough, but those were the kingdoms and other points. He says that's really all I have left of what's left.
So 3,000 years ago or 300,000? Okay.
Papa, I know these mountains better than anyone. I could really take them as an escort, just make sure they're not doing any shifty business, I mean, for the betterment of the tribe, and make sure they don't come and bite us back in the butt. Please, please, I promise I'll be extra careful.
He says, fine.
Wait, really? What?
He says, yes, you're old enough.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this really happening? You're letting me leave the mountain?
Yes, because you're getting annoying.
I'll take it. And I just start running all over the ceiling and walls, just like, woo!
Yeah. So,
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I'll come back and plop in front of the group. I'll say, when are we going?
He says,
Did you just listen?
Oh no, I kind of zoned out. I was figuring out ways to make myself go with you guys. But yeah, no, sorry. Say that again.
We're heading west
Oh, okay. When are we heading west?
as soon as possible.
Oh, so right now. Oh, we're going. Oh, bye, Papa. And I hug.
Is it just you three and this one?
We have two people that we can meet at the base of the mountain.
He says, well, he says, I can get you a little bit further along with the gliders that we have. They'll get you on the other side of those peaks from the map that I drew earlier. He said they should get you on the other side of those peaks, which once you get past there, there is a elven let's see.
There's our 8-bit camp.
Yes. Yeah, so he says it'll get you over here. He says once you get in this area, there is another elvish village, approximately about right here. Anyways, it's right there somewhere. He says in that area. He says I can't pinpoint it exactly. He says I know it's around there though.
Somewhere there.
Our gliders have seen the camp before.
Well,
he says some of our
that far.
No, well, he says I understand. He says some of my warriors can use gusts of wind to push the gliders around a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
He says, but I don't believe you guys have those talents. So he says the gliders will get you probably to the end of this mountain right here. He says once you land, you could just leave them there. We'll retrieve them. And then you can make the day trek or whatever.
Is there any way we could signal that to our two companions and then just like meet them up there?
No. They're not going to be looking up for us up
Good
here.
luck.
It's like, see ya, guys.
They're just traveling along. They just see their friends flying through the sky. They're like, that way.
We'll have to land. Yeah, we'll have to land back at our camp first, and then
Oh no, Rusty.
and then tell them where to meet us. Or
He says, he says, don't worry about that. He says, I'll have somebody fetch him.
Mm-hmm.
He turns to one of his aides and he says, send two of the sky pyars and have them go retrieve his two friends. So he runs out. He says, if you want to watch, it's actually probably interesting to you. He says, I have nothing else further I can give you at the moment. He says, I need to be alone with my daughter for a minute.
Well, may I have a request of sorts?
He says, okay.
I am a very devoted painter of sorts, but I couldn't bring that tool, specific set of tools with me. Could I trade you some things for those tools?
So he says, you want some paints?
Painting supplies.
He says, he says, that's no worry. He says, he tells his aides, go fetch him paints or whatever.
See.
So I can make it snappy. Yeah, so that's the 3 plateaus there.
So I'm just gonna say this real quick. While they're having their talk, I'm going to paint a picture on one of my parchments of the sky and the clouds and the sun, and I'm gonna give it to Rusty.
So artistic.
All right. It's worth 100 gold. No, it's
Oh, damn. Did that in like 5 minutes.
yeah. Yeah. So like, you sit there for about half an hour to an hour painting it, from memory. So when you guys get out, actually out there and watch these sky PRs, they fly out. They're actually pretty fucking gnarly looking things, man. They're about that size. Well, they're this shape, anyways. Well, they're probably, yeah, I would say they're probably about 20 feet long, and about 15 feet wide. And they hold, they actually hold 3 dudes in it. And so what happens is that one of them is actually like a mage, and he casts gusts of wind to make you go faster. But
Oh, before we leave, can I say something?
sure.
So I would, before we take off, I know Rusty's not here, but I would still like cast like light on him, so that he lights up and has got like a freaking like a shimmer or whatever, like flying through the sky.
Yeah, so you cast
Yeah.
light, and he waves his hand, and he dispels it.
Oh,
Oh
He says, "I can see." He says, "Thank you, though."
no, that was just
He says, "I understand what you were doing," but he says, there's larger flying predators, and I don't want them to see me at night."
Wait, isn't it daylight?
It was midday. We're probably going to be gliding into the night.
Yeah.
Accidentally get their mage killed. Oops.
wow.
I'm sorry, but I try to do something beautiful here.
It was cool.
Never gonna do that ever again.
I understand what you're doing, and he understood too. But
Well,
you guys
I
were in there
say-
talking and everything for a while, and it was like past midday when you guys got up here.
yeah, it was midday when we got up, when we got to the temple, not even climbing up it.
I mean, it's still kind of a little bit light out here, but you figure once you get down lower into the valley, it's going to be dark.
Yeah, because we're above the clouds.
That's right. Yeah, so they take off, and fucking, it's actually pretty cool watching them. So the one dude, he casts a gust of wind into this like sphere, right? And the sphere actually glows and kind of powers up, and it's got these 2 little tubes that reach back behind them and pushes the gust of wind out. And the 2 men on the sides, they just kind of there for the ride. But you can see 2 more seats inside the glider itself with straps and stuff. So with that, they fly down, and you see they haul ass like down there, and you see them swoop down this way, and they start circling right around here, and they start moving that way, and they get closer to the camp, and they swoop around the camp like 3 times. Then they kind of disappear behind the temple, and you don't see them for a little while. So one of the sky PRs come over to you. He says, "Do you want to ride?"
Yeah.
All right. So he says, a second.
Because
Oh,
even though
so-
Paloma might want to use one herself, none of us have ever used one before.
Oh, don't worry. It's really easy. You just got to make sure that you keep your arms straight. You really engage your core, and you really think flat as a board. And if anything, it's just kind of like just they don't have bikes at the time, do they?
Right.
It's kind of just like steering a wagon.
And
So
Sorry,
so
we keep
go ahead.
getting hit with service interruptions out here because of the solar storm.
That's fine.
That's
we're-
like Stargate shit right there.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut it down here, probably within about the next 20 minutes.
Okay.
This is getting close to the end of it. I just wanted to do this last thing where you guys get to ride the fucking thing.
gliders.
Yeah.
Hells yeah!
So, yeah, so you guys all jump in the gliders, and they take off. And he shoots down this fucking part of the hill right here, where it's kind of like a draw, in between the mountain, where it looks like water had run off and made like a culvert or a draw. I don't know if anybody knows what a draw is, but it kind of looks where like water had run on it a lot. You know, it's caved in kind of sort of. Anyways, you guys fly down there and you guys are fucking hauling balls. You guys fly around and shit, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And he's doing shit around. And you guys are flying around, and he's like, "Sonic boom!" And he's like, "Psh," like that, and you're like, "Holy fuck! I just shit my ass off." Right? And then he comes back and he fucking lands and stuff. And by the time you guys land, the other two had gotten back to camp and they had been flown up here. So you guys are all back together. So Doug and I forgot. It's
Douglas and
Teddick.
Teddick, yeah.
Teddick, yeah. So Douglas and Teddick are sitting down there by the monastery, and you guys kind of just come in, and the clan is really fucking like family oriented and stuff, and they know that you guys are heading out tomorrow, and so they're kind of have like a celebration that night and stuff, and they tell you guys don't worry about you know, anything. You can rest or you can stay up or whatnot. But they party on until the night, not too late. And they finally, when you guys are ready to crash, they bring you each to your own little room, or for Yuna and Orn, your room to share. And they actually have like, Rusty, they do have a bird coop. if you want to use it, unless you want to fucking find somewhere else to perch.
I guess I'll come talk to him. I'll say, Mr. Raven, we have bird cages where we keep messenger birds if you want to sleep there. And I'm doing like weird hand motions as I'm just saying that.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Rusty will walk around behind the nearest building, and is there anything to hide in around the building?
Yeah, so you walk around the back of it, and they've got these boxes with baskets inside of them. It looks like where they put like the bits of vegetables that they don't use and stuff in there. But you find one that's not too full that you can jump into real quick.
So that would be a 27 for stealth.
Yeah, so you turn into the basket. And Paloma, you walk by, and I don't know if you really want to try and see if you could see him, but you just like walk around the corner, and he just disappears, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Just be
So
like, strange indeed.
Yeah,
I'll just let it go.
yeah. So
once Paloma walks off, then Rusty will go to whatever hut Yuma and Orn are using,
Mhm.
and he'll climb up into the rafters and make himself a little bed up there.
Okay. So yeah, you guys see him. You think you see a shadow, but you don't think you see a shadow, since he's fucking like bird ninja and shit.
It's
Climbs.
just a familiar feathery black blur running around.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see him. Eventually, you wake up a little bit later, and you look up and you see fucking his mound of whatever the hell he makes up there.
Just
Every
Bugger.
fucking time he makes a new
Yeah.
nest.
Yeah, every time he makes a new nest and shit, and every once in a while you get a little pebble on your forehead and shit, and he's like, God damn, Rusty.
No, what Rusty does is he takes all of the various things that he's collected, like the loincloths, the spear, all of the axes and stuff from all the goblins, and he uses that to fashion a nest up in the rafters. And then he bedding in, not like a nest like a bird nest, but a nest like,
like a hammock kind of
like
sort
in
of.
the wild.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so
He uses all that stuff to make himself a little pallet up in the rafters.
cool.
I let that thing fly for one day, and it's going to be sleeping with me for the rest of my life.
It sure is.
That's right.
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's what you get, buddy. That's what you get. No. All right. So with that, everybody crashes that night. You guys don't have to worry about guard or anything like that. So, Orn, make me a wisdom save.
Fuck.
And same thing for you, Yuna.
Oh, I got.
And
Wow. Wisdom save is on point. 24.
Okay.
20.
all right, what about you, Yuna?
Don't tell me I have to use my favorite soul too.
Is she here?
Sandra.
She might have to go like.
Oh, 17.
17.
Okay. What did you think you saw?
No, that was. I think
She was talking about
Rusty.
she was talking about Rusty.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, 24, you're good. Yuna,
Nope.
you're good too. You think you've felt something? Oh,
Oh, there she is.
Hello?
okay. Hey.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I was talking all the time. God damn.
Oh, okay. You were not. Okay. So yeah, Orn, very good roll. So yeah, you can feel something try to get an intrusion in your mind, but you're able to fight it off. Since you had such a good day, your favor with Biomet is on point today.
Fuck off,
same
Rusty.
thing-
I'm trying
yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah, same thing with you, Sandra. You feel a presence, like some dark fingertips trying to brush across your mind, but you push them away and you're able to sleep. But other than that, you guys sleep well. You sleep long.
Nice.
But they did ask you the night before, like, what time you wanted to leave in the morning. You wanted to leave like early in the morning, or if you wanted to wait and just get up when you get up, or what. You guys are not on a timeline, so.
Yeah, this would probably be one of those things where it's like I'm used to having a routine, but I forget what the routine is. So I'm like, I guess it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like the answer should be right in the morning, but I don't see why.
No, we
Yeah,
get
so-
up when we get up so that we're well rested and can continue. Besides, we don't know what the others have been up to.
Yeah. So you guys probably get up around noon. And the reason I say that is because the bedding that they give you guys, it's made out of like
Clouds.
yeah, like basically almost like clouds. Like there's a bladder made out of like stomachs or something like that, and they actually pump the cloud into it, so it's real like almost like a water bed, but a cloud bed.
Inflatable. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what you guys sleep on, and that's like probably some of the best sleep you guys ever had. Like you actually like have dreams that you're fucking flying in clouds and shit.
Feel bad for Paloma because she's gonna get to the ground and we're not gonna have these beds, and she'd be like, how the fuck do you even sleep?
Yeah. But yeah. So that with that, you guys finally wake up, and of course the village is up and alive outside. You guys are fed some really good like these berries and fruit mixture, along with some like wild grouse and like some just like this flatbread stuff, which tastes like cinnamon and raisin and stuff, and it's really awesome and shit. And they actually have some of that honey drink.
Rusty's really critical of the breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, because
like you can see him like when he takes a bite, he's like, "Nah, it's okay."
Yeah, so like you see Rusty over there, like when you guys got up, Rusty's over there trying to help in the kitchen, and they're like, "No, you're good." And you see Rusty just like trying to like he's starting to get like pissed off a little more, and he like finally he pushes one of the people out of the way, and he's like fucking cooking, and like two of the people like grab him and throw him out of the fucking hut. All pissed and shit. But
Rusty.
You have to concede that they did cook okay. Not as good as you, Rusty, but
well, I mean, they cooked okay, but that's only because you saw Rusty sneaking in and throwing spices into the pot from outside.
Right.
Like sticking his hand through the hut wall, grabbing spices, taking them around to the door opening and throwing them in.
Right. And every time we do that shit, like they get pissed and they start yelling and start smacking at the wall. Stop it, damn it! And you can hear this Rusty like laughing, whichever way he would laugh or whatever.
We're doing our best.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, so you guys get done with that. They give you guys some more rations. One of the shamans walks over and he hands you each a vial. It's like a little bottle with a stopper on it. He says these will heal you. They're basically like a regular healing potion. And he says, and then he hands Yuna this little glass like cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually it looks like a little glass cloud, but the inside it's got like swirling like clouds and shit. Paloma, you know this as a mist ball, and what you do basically is you when you break it, it creates a ever smoking bottle like kind of effect.
Mm-hmm. Like a smoke grenade.
Yeah, so like Paloma, you can describe that to him if you want it.
Yeah, it just makes a big old fog cloud. It's really good for covering your tracks.
Yeah.
Especially good when we see humans that we really don't want them to follow us. We just throw that on the ground and run away.
Okay.
Right.
Thank
Well,
you.
I feel very fortunate.
Oh, well, I mean, that's just for people like hunters or like any like miners or anything, or just like people that have like no good business. We tussle them up, smoke grenade, and run away, or mist ball and run away.
No, you think I'm being sarcastic. I do mean that when I say I feel very fortunate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sarcasm is not really like my forte. Bilbo's been trying to teach me that too.
I bet he has a much easier time just performing it than actually teaching you.
Oh yeah, he says that all the time.
Yeah.
Cool. So, are we ready to go?
Yeah. So the King Cloud, he comes over and he says, well, I know you guys are leaving. He says, He says, "Good fortune. May the yeah." He says, "Just good fortune. Just like you, good luck." He says, "Hopefully you make your quest, and we'll see you back here, and maybe we could stop this thing before it happens again."
Before I go, I just go and give him a big old hug, and then I grab my knapsack and I just goodbye.
He reaches down and he says, "Hold still, my daughter."
Oh, okay.
He reaches down and he grabs your forearms, and you get shocked like really, really bad.
Ow!
And while you're getting shocked, a ring of clouds are drawn around your forearms.
Oh, hey, that's new.
They're not as elaborate as your dad's, but they're just like a little ring.
I thought I
He
wasn't
says-
supposed to get these tattoos till I was older.
He says, "Well, we have to accelerate some stuff here."
Oh, okay.
He says, "All right." He says, "I love you. Be
I love you
safe."
too, Dad. And I hug him one more time.
That's probably the wisest thing we're probably ever going to see her do. And
He
she
says-
doesn't even realize it.
He says, "Yeah, probably so." He comes up to you and he says, and he like gets in your face and he says, "Protect my daughter."
With my life, if it needs to.
He says, "Okay." So with that, he steps back. He says, "Be on your way," and you guys load up into the glider. Actually, two of them, because now there's more than 5 of you. There's 6, and you guys take off, and that is where we're going to end it.
Woo! That was fun.
Welcome to the team. I
Yeah.
think I actually think a monk would be really good to have along with us.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
So, Paloma,
Oh yeah, was that tattoo something? I don't even know.
yeah. So the tattoos, basically, you get your charges or your con.
Ooh.
Okay, kind of like how you have key,
Uh-huh.
but your charges are your con. So if you get down to 1, you're going to be at a really high level of exhaustion now. Okay.
Okay.
All right, because this ability is going to work off your constitution.
The mod, right? Modifier or like the number?
No, like the number.
Oh, okay.
That's how many charges you have. So if you go to 0, you will pass the fuck out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let me hold on.
Now, as far as what they do, I'll go over that with you later. I haven't really thought that through, but I figured
I'm
since
excited.
Dad had it,
I like it.
So is that her boon?
yeah, that's going to be her boon,
Nice.
That's so cool.
which I haven't went over with Tiddick and Douglas for theirs yet. Actually, I think.
Or me.
Okay.
Do I get to
Actually, I haven't even done one for you, have I, Brendan?
Not
No.
that everyone should complain. My boon is literally I move in front of someone and take critical damage.
Oh.
So I'm literally out to die for you people.
So what I did with the boons is something that's going to be something which you, like
It's
for
like your
Alex,
Genki
you've got
Dama.
Mhm.
yeah. So
Unique little thing, like personalized. Okay. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, I feel special.
you are special, very.
Ah.
So Brendan, if you want, we can talk about this later, since it is kind of late.
That's fine.
And
Yep.
I'll get it with you tomorrow on Discloud or Discord, and we'll fucking talk about it and see what you want to do. It's basically going to be
Sounds good to
something
me.
that pertains to your character. I don't know if you want to have like an ability where you actually like do fly, and it wouldn't be like something like it would be like an ability you could do once a day. Like maybe since we had this
Right.
time up here, maybe it just waited until it needed a manifest here up in the mountain or something. I don't know.
Maybe you could give Maybe you could give them the ability from the chickens, the careless flight or something like that.
There you go. Like a
They-
gliding flight.
No, they have like
Nah.
half their movement speed or 10 feet is they can fly, but at the end of their turn they fall.
Oh, okay. Well, we could do that. That would be good for like if you want to do like a really high jump or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Half a movement speed, but at the end of it, you fall prone.
Temporary flight. I feel like he was inspired by the gliders and like modifies his weight.
Actually, that could work. Like if you did like if you needed to get up a building really fast, you could fly up, grab onto it, fly up, grab onto it, fly up, grab onto it. That's wicked for a rogue, though. If you think about it,
That's crazy.
you could do like death from above and shit.
Mobility.
20-foot jumps.
The
20-foot jumps you could jump across halfway.
The only problem with it is that's like half of what the thief gets at 6th level.
Well, fuck the thieves at 6th level. Because once you're going to be a thief, then...
I wasn't.
So
in any way.
It has nothing to do with a thief. It has
I just
Kenku.
Oh, by the way, do we do like XP like normal or?
No, we're
No,
still
no.
in milestones.
Okay.
No, everybody.
I'll think about it. We'll chat about it tomorrow.
Okay, that works for me.
I'm still level 1.
I'll actually put my boon in the chat so that you guys can read it.
Yeah. So
I think you're level 2 now.
yeah, everybody gets 2 XP.
Ooh, shit.
Oh, that makes us level 3 now.
Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
know that you're a level behind Alex, but you started
That's okay.
late, so
That's okay, man.
kind of works that way.
It makes sense.
And Brendan, Rusty gets inspiration for flying, and you get one too, Oral for Oren for making him fly.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Right, and that's gonna be it for this round.
That was really cool.
Yeah, we'll see about next Tuesday.
That was worth getting out of bed for.
See?
There you go.
That was some improv up the wazoo that Chapo and I were doing sometimes.
And that was like, I don't know. I'm glad I did it. I usually would not have gone out of bed. I was really, really comfortable.
I was actually thinking that I could get you as like a guide to go up there, and we did do that, but you came to our defense, which was kind of weird, but I liked it.
I like your character. She's kind of cute.
That's the point. Like, yeah, just bubbly, but also can fuck some shit up.
Get ready for scorching ray, bitches.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see. What am I supposed to do with all the sexual tension?
Oh, I get key points now. Yes.
All right, guys, I gotta get.
All right, man. Be safe, dude. Hope everything works out with you.
Peace out, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Excited to see what this tattoo thing does.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta stop broadcasting anyways. All right, guys.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Anybody that does watch or watches in the future, it's another game in the Pantheway campaign, and we're gonna stop it. Have a good night.
Night.
Bye.